Hello and welcome to a Minecraft survival series. This series will be Benson themed. We're going to be using the Alien Evo add-on for the Palladium mod. I've messed around with it a little bit before. It's very good. Yeah, it's other than that, it's basically be like normal survival. I mean, I have a bunch of other mods. Kind of go with the whole Ben 10 theme. There's like some space exploration mods, there's some fighting mods. You know, we'll have plenty of things to fight and plenty of things to explore. Ooh, calcite. Ooh. I also have biomes of plenty installed and stuff, so we should have some pretty good building blocks to use. That is one of my favorite things in Minecraft, building. I should probably get some wood before I just talk my way out of hunger. I've been thinking of like a few things I could do for like a base, for like a Ben 10 themed one. But of course, if you have any suggestions for anything to build, feel free to leave it in the... What am I doing? Why am I just leaving this? Feel free to leave it in the comments. Want us to build like some like landmarks or locations from the actual show? Like I was even thinking of maybe outside whatever our main base is, make like a little campsite with the rust bucket to kind of represent like the first episode. Oh yeah, the toy box. I saw a dimension mod that was like toy box / clown themed, and I thought that might. Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? It's fine. Leave it there. And I installed that because I thought it would fit the theming of a Zombozo type villain. A house or a bridge? That's a shipwreck. Okay. So yeah, for anyone unfamiliar with the Alien Evo mod, how we start is we actually have to craft the Omnitrix. Like we have to actually like build it. The hardest bit's going to be the raw titanium, but you can usually find that in like meteors under the ground, so it shouldn't be that hard. But we do need the Omnitrix core, which you find in a crashed Xylene ship. The ocean, very dangerous. You do not want to be in the ocean in this mod pack. It is a custom mod pack, so I have made it that way on purpose because I want. Usually, whenever I see people using this mod or using any Ben 10 mod, there's nothing to do with rickshaws, and it was like that in the show as well. So that was my goal with that, to give Ripjaw something to do. So I've added a bunch of mods that improve like underwater structures and villages underwater and things. So there will be stuff to do as Ripjaws. Let's have a little look at the shipwreck, shall we? Let's see some stew. Maybe it will give me saturation. Nope, poison. Okay, that's great. Protection, lightning protection. Okay. It's not nothing. It at least filled my hunger. Berry treasure. Look. We have a mammoth. I added that to kind of, you know, want to give Ripjaws something to do, but also, you know, they kind of feel alien-like. The enchantment glow. I'm just gonna get some basic mining down, see if maybe I can get some iron. With that, I think a stack of iron is enough for one mining session. Okay, while I wait out the night, I'm gonna get this smelting and get some proper armor on. Oh cool, a lighthouse. I mean, a lighthouse is as good as any to spend the night in, right? Oh, it's a... There's villagers or... Oh, it's a village. Cool, okay. That means there should be a bed here, right? Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, chest. Oh, that's a good chest. Got myself a little... Oh, it's a gold backpack as well. Well, isn't that nifty? There seems to be a pillager ship over there. Ooh. Let's have a little look at what this artifact is. Yeah, I added little artifacts that kind of represent the magic side of Benson. So resistance and invisibility. But for 2 seconds? Why? What does that do? Does it go on your back, maybe? Okay, so it's just 2 seconds of... Oh no, okay. So this might be one of the mods I've installed for us to fight wearing Omnitrix. It's the Omnitroid from the Incredibles movie. Okay. I don't know how it died. But yeah, they're just going to attack every now and again. Which is why I kind of want an Omnitrix as soon as possible, because they can be quite dangerous. Ooh, what's this? Strange breeze. Oh, did I? Uh-oh. I don't know what I did, but I must have attacked them. Yes, okay. So, makes things near me fly into the air. Ooh, cookies. Since we are surrounded by walls, what I'm going to do is make a little bow. That should help us traverse a little bit better. Ooh, okay. Apparently the buried treasure is around this way. I mean, since we're in the neighborhood, I see no reason not to go have a look. Ooh, there it is. Alright, let's have a little look at our loot, right? I mean, not the most stylish, but I don't know. I'll take it over no creepers. See a little spire there, and if I'm remembering right, that might be a Galvan outpost. Or Galvan mine, I think it is, actually. Not quite a spaceship that I was looking for, but... Ooh. Yeah. I'll take that. Means I can dig a little quicker. It's actually quite handy for this one. I'm going to mark this on the map, because these are actually quite rare. I forget which ones are the actual, like, dungeons. But I know, like, one of them is a dungeon. But either way, that might have the tablet I'm looking for. Because there's little cold code tablets that you can find on the ground and those things. Ow! Ow! If you're wondering what the cat noise is, it's still the shoes. Apparently they make cat noises when you take damage. Ow! The actual... anything worth losing. Ooh, a horn. Rooted boots. Hungerboard on grass might be handy. I don't have 2 foot slots, but that's going in the back. I forget. Sink. This one, seek. Ooh. This is a lovely wood. Oh, I'll definitely be grabbing some of this. I believe this is where you actually trade for Galvan stuff. I'm pretty sure. Go. Yeah, a Galvan privy. Have a little look up here. More bread. Now I've just got to find the ship, and then I found everything I need, really. Oh yes, oh, I need diamond for that. Oh, I'm being attacked. Oh no, what a time. Okay. Those sharks are very rude. I just wanted to point out, on my travels, I found the rare pink sheep. Okay, took me a little while, but right through these trees is a little crash ship. These things don't typically have a good entrance, so I'm just gonna make one. Let's loot the chest. And now, for the moment of truth, the most important part of the Omnitrix, its core. And what I've learned is in the past, there is a room of goodies underneath here. If we get lucky, we might find some titanium. No titanium, but I am gonna actually grab these chests. Put that back. Now that we have the core and we actually have the spaceship found, just for now, for convenience, I'm going to settle base in this spaceship until we actually build our proper base, just so I have a place to put down storage. Okay, and with that, I've got myself a little bit of a basic setup so far. Got some food cooking. It's not much, but I have some basic sorting going on. Basically, this is all the Benson stuff. This is for wood. This is for stone and dirt, and then this is for valuables. So far, not doing too bad. And now that I'm actually got somewhere to dump stuff, I can start looking for a place to build our proper base. Yep, that's gonna annoy me. I missed that when I was clearing out this entrance. Okay, so the plan from now is, now that we've got the core, we need Galvan plates, which requires titanium and Galvan scrap. Galvan circuits, which requires the same. It's going to be a lot of materials. And for titanium, we need a diamond pickaxe, which means I need to go mining. I'm back from mining. I didn't get too much. I just got a bit more iron. I've got some copper cooking. I did manage to get diamonds, but I didn't mine any. I killed something and it gave me those plus this heart of diamond, which apparently can be used to make a pick around. So I might do that at some point. But more importantly, I've been having a think on what I want the main base to be. And I've laid out a little area here where I've dug out some dirt and laid down a baseline of the rust bucket. Yeah, I'm gonna make the rust bucket from the show as like kind of like the main outside base. I've kind of got it laid out like at the moment. Kind of get an idea of like the sizing of it. Obviously this is just blocking it out. I'll raise it up, add wheels and stuff like that. From like my pictures, obviously you've got like the two front seats here, driver's seat, side seats. You know, the table that they sit at in the show all the time. Apparently when you walk in the front, there's a fridge. That's where the fridge is. This is where the bathroom is. At least this is where it seems to be from at least the Rust Bucket 2 and Alien Force. This is where it was. And then back here will just be enough to add the little sleeping area. It won't be completely accurate, because if I made it completely accurate inside, this would be much longer. But I think this size, like this length and width, is reasonable for a camper van. An RV, I mean. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it there, and then I'll probably make like the campsite here. But you're probably thinking, this is very small for a survival base, for something to live in and to, you know, use. Well, I've got a plan for that. In the original series, in the Ken 10 episode, the Rust Bucket is actually an entrance to the big giant no void projector room. And in Omniverse, Max's plumbing has an elevator to the plumber's base in it. So I was gonna kind of combine those ideas. This will just kind of be the main entrance to the actual base, because underneath I'm going to build like a plumber base inspired base. We do have an moving elevators mod, so it would be quite simple to add a little secret elevator in here to get to like the actual main base. That's going to be my main plan. So I'm going to just keep working on this, and over time we should have at least something moderately cool. But for now, let's make ourselves a pickaxe. Just like that, we can now mine titanium. I'm also going to make myself a hammer. I was on my way to find a redwood forest for the Rust Bucket, and I have came across our first meteor. There we go, galvanize. Yeah, I've traveled a lot so far, and this is the first time I've came across a pod, which does have some goodies in it, but most importantly, that did that. Yes, this here, titanium. Where did that go? There it is. That is the important stuff. It's one step closer to an Omnitrix. I'm going to keep an eye out for more of these on my way. I made it to the redwood forest, and I've been in like some redwood. But I've came across this, a heart-shaped herb. And apparently, in the Palladium mod, underneath this is a meteor that apparently has a good bit of titanium in it. So I'm going to dig down, and that should be a big boost to our titanium stuff. I've found some while I've been out, just finding like the odd Ben 10 structure. I also found a second spaceship, so I was able to get another core just in case we need it. I don't think we will, but I don't know, always good to have a backup. But yeah, I've made it inside of the meteor, and there is definitely plenty of titanium. Also vibranium, but I don't think that's useful for anything I have installed. And with that, we're up to 7 titanium, which is fairly decent for how rare it is. So, We are slowly getting closer and closer. Okay, with all the titanium I got, I actually made some progress towards crafting the Omnitrix. I used it all to craft this circuit, which we do need 4 of, but for each circuit you need like... yeah, you need 5 titanium per circuit. And then that's not counting the plates that go around it. So it is going to be a little minute before we get on tricks, but we're making some pretty good progress. And speaking of progress, this is how far I've gotten on the rust bucket. It doesn't look like much right now, but I have got a plan in mind that we can hopefully... we can get this done. I know the rust bucket is like a bit more of a yellowy tinge, but it is primarily whitish. So I'm gonna have like the white as the base, and then I'm gonna use small yellowy tinge blocks to kind of what is the word? Not transition. Gradient. Yes, I'm gonna use the more yellowy blocks as kind of like a gradient to kind of make it look worn and a bit more rusty. So this is just the base, and then from there I'll work more on the actual block palette. The reason I needed the red wood is the rust bucket has blue and red stripes, so I'm going to use signs to kind of represent that. Means I'm going to have to find whatever magic plank to grow. I mean, I could use warp, but would like the nice, like proper blue to go with the red. But I'll probably research into that and maybe gather some of those blocks in between episodes. Because this is the end of episode 1. We've actually got quite a bit done. We've made some progress towards the Omnitrix. We found a bunch of alien Evo structures that we can use to trade with villagers and Galvans and stuff like that. And we've got progress on the base. Well, at least the entrance to the base. Because remember, my plan is to have like an elevator that goes down to a plumber inspired base, which would be cool. But until then, see you next time.